Hello. I don't think you're on the list. Oh, you saw the sign. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. Yeah. Well, let me take a look here. Yeah, you do not seem to be on our spreadsheet, but I can check you in. Like, no problem. Right. Okay, well, let's see. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We have no problem with taking a few extra people than expected. So, yes, you are indeed in hell. May I ask your name and where you lived? May I also ask, do you have any tattoos? Your sexual orientation? Have you accepted any other gods besides, obviously, because the Christian won the war? Yeah. Have you ever thought about anything outside of the Orthodox Church, as in any impure thoughts? Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty big one. Interesting. And may I also ask you, what is your biggest sin? I would also like to know. Yeah. Okay. That's not really big. It's enough for me, though. Enough to be sent here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so Satan will be just a few minutes late since he's in a meeting right now with China. So, if you don't mind, we'll just spend a couple of minutes to put you in the system, and we can just take a look. Sorry. Basically, you're here for eternal damnation, pain, and suffering. Also, you shall burn within the eternal flames of hell, as you can see. So, we're about here, and that will be the entrance to hell. So, we're about here. This is the pool of damnation. As you can see, all of the people. So here is basically the Kardashians are here. And also, yes, all of those people you see on Twitch and Kick promoting casinos and online gambling, there's also here, as you can see, and they've all lost their flesh and are now burning and feeling a pain for eternity. Unfortunately, we do not have an appeal system, so you have to probably suffer this for quite a while, except if there's like a problem, maybe an uprising of some kind, maybe a restructure of the company. But for now, you can rest assured that you will suffer for quite a bit of time. So, as you can see, this is one of the mountainous volcanoes of death and suffering. The miasma is all around here, and everyone can smell the miasma quite well. So yeah. So have you read Dante's Inferno? Yeah. So as you saw in the entrance to hell, pretty much everything is true. And so, do you see this? Basically, this is a tornado in which the sinners are flying and they're being swept in forever. And if you listen closely enough, you can probably hear the screams. And you might soon be able to actually join them. So that's quite exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. And yeah, basically your servants are the imps. Imps are quite helpful because yes, you will get some sleep. and they're the ones that will basically be tasked with waking you up by impaling their tridents into your flesh, which has the unfortunate quality of being able to replenish itself, so we can inflict more and more pain. And if at any point you feel like your stay here is satisfactory, or that you have any pleasures or anything that you might deem a positive emotion, I highly suggest turning to one of the imps. They'll be able to refer you to one of our account managers who will be able to take care of that and provide the utmost pain and suffering, disfigurement, trauma, irreversible damage to your soul, of course not to your body, and we'll be able to type that into our system, so we will never be able to repeat that mistake again with any of our future visitors. I hope that you'll be able to follow our processes. We have been establishing our system for quite a while, and we're quite proud of it. So, very well. So, food you won't be getting, maybe some scraps. Your body does not need food here. You can just sustain yourself naturally. Food, of course, will, however, provide you with endorphins and dopamine, which we will not provide you. The only, basically, the only moment where you'll be able to feel any kind of dopamine or pleasure, just in between the sets of the tornado or whichever circle of hell Satan has deemed fit for you. I think that you might be able to meet Eve here, and of course the snake is a very regular visitor. Depending on your behavior, you will be able to also be provided with a bite from the snake itself. He's a slithery one, and he's just a really cool guy. Like, every time we go to the bar, the drinks are on him. Whenever he gets a rest day, he just comes back to the office and just gives us a lot of apples. He's a really good guy. I really like him, and I think you really hate him, which is amazing. What we can do now is I can just show you some things. This burns a little bit, which is fantastic. So this is fire. As you can see, people say that Prometheus brought it to us, and he was banished to hell for his liver to be pecked by an eagle, but that of course isn't true, because the Greek mythology is not, as we established already. So this is fire. Fire will be something that you should get accustomed to quite quickly, but not quickly enough, and never fully. As you can see right here, a lot of fire that we have comes from this mountain. The source of it is unknown. Some think it's when Satan eats Mexican food. That's precisely like the toilet, his toilet about here in our main headquarters are connected through a sewage system here, and he usually gets a double order, and that makes for quite a bit of fire, they say. But this is not confirmed at all. This is merely office gossip, which is quite funny. I think Saddam Hussein, our HR lead, started it off, and yeah, it's kind of like an office joke. Sometimes we run into Satan, and he's quite it's quite funny. I think Satan should be coming very soon. Let me check on him, and you'll be able to meet him and have the worst conversation of your death. It is fantastic because he's going to be extremely passive aggressive. aggressive with you, and you will hate that so much. He will joke about some of your most wonderful moments that you had on Earth. He will make fun of your family, all of your friends, all of your achievements. He will, of course, bring down to nothing. And he will basically showcase you your insignificance and the fact that nobody will be able to hear your screams. In order to give you some respite, I must tell you that a lot of people from heaven come, and you will see maybe sometimes we have a deal with heaven. It's kind of like a merger that God and Satan decided on. Basically, there is a tube, which is a glass tube, in which people from heaven walk, and basically they look at you and what you're doing all day, and it's supposed to remind them not to ruin their reputation in heaven, because yes, there is a pipeline we have from heaven to hell. It's really difficult, but yeah, you'll be made an example of for gratitude. So if you at least find any meaning in your insufferable existence here, perhaps you can take some comfort in that. So of course Hitler is here. You will also find the creators of South Park, obviously. You will find, of course, George Clooney. Yeah, just Kanye West. You'll find here, of course, that really annoying uncle you had that kept like pinching your cheeks and asking you how your love life is, and that annoying cashier that you have to go against every single day that smiles so much, and it kind of makes you mad that you're not that happy. Yes, she's also here. Funnily enough, she stepped on a... Maybe I shouldn't disclose that because we're under NDA here, and we're not supposed to really we're not supposed to make other people's sins known, so that would be against GDPR regulations. So I hope you understand that. I think Satan is coming. I think maybe you can soon hear his footsteps. So I'm going to leave you now, and yeah, I wish you a really awful and just miserable experience here in hell. I hope you can leave us a Trustpilot and TripAdvisor review and leave 0 stars. That would be incredible. And yeah, I sincerely hope that all of your relatives go to heaven so you feel alone here. Thank you for your sins.